If you know anything about me, you'll know that I love Foresters. I love wagons. But I missed out on the original release of the blue STI Forester when it came out. So I bought this one off the Mattel website when it was Mattel's 80th birthday. So I got this one for like $6. I bought it with the intention of wheel swapping it because I've always loved the Forester with the gold wheels. So this was going to get wheel swapped. Until it was at Canadian Tire, and I ended up finding 2 Foresters in the blue, which is amazing because that's exactly what I wanted. World Rally Blue. Just so happened to have a pack of the real riders, so I got 2 wheels that I want to swap it with and see what it looks like. The Watanabe style, and then those like BBS style right there. Gonna try both of those out. I do want this full set at some point. I have 3 of the 5. I'm missing the 2 Skylines. But I have this lady, I have the Mercedes, and I have the Forester, so I have a saved set on Marketplace. Buddy wants $40, so that's $8 a car, which isn't bad, but he also lives in Edmonton, and I live an hour away from Edmonton, so that's like a whole tank of fuel for my truck. But eventually, maybe I'll get him. So I have noticed that this car is only held on by 1 rivet, and then clipped into the back here, so when I pop it out, I want to see if I can maybe paint that plate back there, like a license plate. I think that'll be quite neat. Right, into the garage now. I have to make a coffee first. How much you want to bet that the drill's not even plugged in and it will be totally dead? Alright, in the shop now, and thankfully the drill was plugged in, so I can commence wheel swappage. First, of course, the car needs to come out of the package. Been waiting for this since it first was released. I slightly feel responsible for this car because on Lamley Showcase one time I commented, "Get them to release a Forester."
Check it out. I scrolled all the way back in my comments just to show you. This was before they even announced the Forester.
And a couple months later, or a couple weeks, I don't know what it was, but here we are. Forester STI. Such a sweet model. I had a 1998 STB, so it was right-hand drive, manual transmission, turbo. It just wasn't the nice World Rally Blue like this one is. I have a feeling it's going to look a lot better with some gold wheels on her. And then, like I say, I want to see if I can maybe paint that white and then make it look like a license plate. Noticing now that this is out of the package, there's a slight nick right there on the roof. I don't know if it'll come up on camera, but that's kind of annoying. A little nick right there. But whatever. Anyway, going with this drill bit, 3/16. There already. Alright, almost done. Might drop down one more size. Oh, there we go. The pop was not on camera, kind of screwed that up, but there we go. Base removed. There's only 1 rivet holding on the Forester, so like I say, I'm going to try to paint that white, see what happens. But here we go. Suppose I should take a couple of before and after shots, but now the only thing is premium models have these little prongs that hold on the axles, so I usually just snip those off. So we'll get to that now. She's under the knife. I just took a couple of before shots. I'm going to swap on both of these, see which one looks better. And then I'll finally fulfill my dream of having a World Rally Blue Forester with gold wheels. Sick. So as you can see, there's these little prongs holding on the axles, and the problem with premiums is they're metal. So what I usually do is I just get a little bit of tin snips and see if I can snip it out. If that doesn't work, I grind it out with the drill bit that I just used, but either way, I always find a way to get them unclamped. It's just a pain in the ass with premiums sometimes because they're so close together, and of course they're metal. So I'll work on this. I'll update when it's ready to swap. So we're actually getting some progress here just with the little snips. Go along the length of the axle like so, and you can just kind of get in there, give it a little snip. It's kind of tedious, takes a little bit, but I'd rather this than grind out the whole mounting surface. So if you can get it in there, it works. If not, then don't worry, just try to grind it out. But this way is a little bit more time consuming, but a little bit cleaner in the long run. I did try to grind it out before, and I ended up almost slicing in half the axle on previous models. So of course, just anything you try, just be very cautious. But like I say, you should just be able to slowly work at it. As you can see, this is the front axle. It's already almost off. So rear axle, haven't even started on. Alright, now I'm just using this little file. I'm just going to file off the remaining little bits so I don't snap the axle accidentally with the snips. So just kind of weave myself in there. But front axle is out. I'm going to clean up this surface a little bit because there's still a little bit of overhang. Slightly bent the axle a bit, taking it out, so I'll straighten that out. But stock wheels gone. Almost time for new wheels. Back axle came out way quicker. It took me like 13 seconds. Just went in there with the kink, and it's out. Fuck you. That was sweet. Oh yeah, didn't bend this one either. Nice. Well, maybe slightly. Anyway, fuck it, time to swap. Alright, so here we go. Real Riders, straight from Hot Wheels. Putting on both of these sets, seeing which one's better. I think I'm going to start with this set. First set of wheels going on. Go, just fitting the body on now. Slight adjustments are in order. This might just be the set right off the bat. That's fucking rad. Look at her. Here we go. I think these will look really good too. And then it's the decision, do I want to run with the ones with the chrome two-piece style, like BBS style, or do I want to run with these ones? I guess we'll find out momentarily. Okay, a couple of slight adjustments here. Now that's a blue Forester with gold wheels. That's fucking sweet. I'm going with these. I don't even care. Yep, these look better. They look fucking sweet. Alright, I think that's what I'm going with. I might even just leave the base unriveted just so I can swap it at my leisure. But that's fucking wicked. Because it sits so low to the ground anyway, the base is just sitting there, so it doesn't come undone. It just kind of sits there. And I don't track my cars or anything like that. They just are on display, so this might work perfectly. If I want to swap wheels, I'll just boom, pop off the base and swap them over. And that'll be its new pedestal right beside my head as I sleep. Awesome. Came out good. When I think of a Subaru, that's what I picture. The World Rally Blue with gold wheels. So maybe that other silver Forester I have might need to get wheels swapped to those gold and silver ones. The bug eye with the gold looks pretty good. And of course, midway through making this video, my phone died, but there's the Cars and Donuts Subaru bug eye blue with the gold. That's what I was going for when making the Forester. But when I think Subaru, that's what I think. Just looks perfect.